Hello friends, welcome to Cook to Nourish. Today we're going to learn how to make Kaju Katli with honey. So I have 1 cup of cashew nuts whole, and these are raw cashew nuts. They are not, roasted or salted or anything. They are raw cashew nuts. So I'm going to roast them lightly on this pan without any oil. As you can see, there's no oil. I'm just dry roasting them for very few minutes, like just 4 to 5 minutes on medium heat. Okay, so see how you're just roasting it until you see some slight specks of brown. They do not get fully toasted or brown, but they just get slightly roasted. See, you can see there are slight specks of brown. And now I'm going to just grind these in the food processor. You can see the texture here. It's actually really, it's kind of fully powdered, but it's a little bit coarse, which is okay, because if you try to powder it too fine, then you might get cashew butter. So this is good. Next we're going to add the honey in the pan. The same pan you can use. I like to use my stainless steel pan, and so the heat is on very low now, and I'm adding the honey. Mind you, it's on very low. Okay, do not keep the flame high at this point, because and now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. I had already measured the 2 tablespoons of water. I'm adding to the measuring cup with the honey, because my honey is like really solid. If your honey is liquid, then that's fine. Because of the room temperature here, my honey is kind of semi-solid. But in any case, once you add it to the pan, it's going to melt. So as you can see that honey is all melting, and you're getting like a liquid. And now we have to just keep heating it until it's again on very low to medium heat, and I'm just continuing to stir it to make sure all the honey is dissolved in the water. And we have to do this, or just wait until a couple minutes until the water starts to boil. See, it's already boiling. And that's when, now again, the heat is very low. Okay, now this water and honey mixture is boiling, and that's when you add the powdered cashew nuts. So as you can see, the powder is really, it is a little bit coarse, but there are no like broken or whole pieces of cashew nuts. It's all ground properly. And then now you just need to mix everything. Now there are a couple other things you need to add to this. So I'm going to add like a little bit of salt, a little bit of sea salt, about a quarter teaspoon. And then for flavor, I like to add a few drops of rose extract, or even you can even add rose water. You can also add some other flavors like cardamom powder, or you can also add kesar. But I just love this recipe with the rose extract. The cashew nuts and the rose, I think, goes really well together. Plus the honey that we are using, most honey, if you're getting it from a good source, they also have like some kind of floral essence to it. So that's why the rose, I feel like, further accentuates that. Or if your honey has like really a strong flavor of any particular flower, you can just leave it as is and not add any other flavor. So all I'm doing here is just stirring it for another 2 to 3 minutes, just to make sure all the cashew nut powder is finely mixed with the honey and water mixture. And I'm just stirring it for a couple minutes, again on low heat, to make sure all the water is evaporated and it gets like really semi-solid. Now you have to just do this for 2 to 3 minutes, not long. Okay, and now turn the heat off and let it cool. And when it cools, it will harden up a little bit. So we leave this aside for cooling for about 15 minutes. And now I've got this back. Now we are going to roll this. I use a rolling pin. When using 2 sheets of parchment paper, you can roll this. Now I like to keep my Kaju Barfi a little bit thicker But if you want it thinner, you can roll it even more thin, and just keep rolling until you find it to your desired thickness. Then yeah, I'm just applying little bit pressure because, as I said, I want to keep my Kaju Barfi a little thick, and so I'm not really trying to flatten it a lot. And now before cutting, you have to keep this in the refrigerator to set for a few minutes, in about 30 minutes to 1 hour. So I'm going to just keep this in the fridge. And now I've taken it out. It was there for about 30 minutes. You can keep it longer too, for about 1 hour. And then just cut it into your desired shape. I like to make diamond uh, shaped Kaju Katli because that's the traditional shape, but you can also cut it into squares. Actually, squares is easier. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit here to make the diamond cuts. That's it. Once they are cut into your desired shape, you have to store them in the refrigerator because otherwise they tend to become a little soft. Also depends on the room temperature in your location, but it's best to keep them inside the refrigerator and take it out while serving. And these are absolutely delicious. Hope you try this recipe, guys, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.